Hey guys, it's Night Flame, and today, guys, I will be reviewing Batman and Robin issue number 39. Cool cover we have here with Harley Quinn. I decided to go with the Harley Quinn variant because Emanuela Lupacchino is drawing it, and her art is amazing. So let's get the cover out of the way and let's dig into the story. So the comic opens up with Robin. He's basically trying to capture all the villains from Gotham City. Since he has super speed, he basically just captures everybody who's committing a crime at the moment. He ties them all up. He doesn't show any fear, and he basically wants to use scare tactics on them. So he's basically like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take you up, across the atmosphere, and I'm gonna drop you from this height, and you won't make it. So, but if you do make it, I want you to warn every other villain that if they ever try to do anything, they're gonna have to face me." So he ends up doing that, but it kind of backfires on him, and the rope he held all of them ends up breaking, and they end up almost dying. But Batman comes from the save, and he basically, in a way, kind of like punishes Robin for his actions. Um, this is different because Batman has never had powers, so Robin kind of like having powers probably scares some of the villains in Gotham City. But yeah, Robin has to get used to this. They start testing him because they're scared that it might have affected other parts of Robin. Just not his powers. Maybe other things were affected. So they start giving him like tests, and it turns out that he does feel the pain, but like his body takes in the pain, but his brain doesn't feel it. So it's difficult. You'll see what I'm trying to say. He like it's here. He it says over here that for some reason the receptors in Damien's nervous systems are not transferring the pain to his brain, but he his body like feels the pain, but his brain doesn't make him internally feel it. So there's something wrong with Damien. We're gonna see what happens, but besides that, Damien is back and he's acting like himself, which is pretty awesome because I love the way Damien acts. He's kind of like in a way like Jason Todd, but he's not evil. He's nice, but he acts like Jason Todd. So then we see that Batman has to take Robin for like this, their whole midnight shift where they look out for crime, and Robin takes the crime out pretty easily. And then Batman gets a signal from the Justice League that there is trouble happening. He has to leave, and Damon goes a little crazy with power. He ends up grabbing the Batman light, and then he ends up going across the streets saying that he's in charge now. But Batman comes out of nowhere and he's like, "You know what, Robin? Never mind. I think you should come with me. You should, get to experience this Just League Watchtower, and I think you're ready for this." So he basically takes Damien up to the Just League Watchtower, and you know, it's a pretty funny thing that happens there. Superman talks to him, and then he doesn't try to act like he's amazed, but he is amazed. He's like, "Oh yeah, whatever. It's just a piece of metal in space." So he what I liked most about this whole thing was that he talked to Shazam, and Shazam is basically his age, but with like the body of like a 30-year-old. So he does talk. I mean, Shazam talks most of the time, but Robin kind of has conversations with him, so it's pretty funny to see that. Shazam acts more like a child than Robin, which is funny as well. But he's like, "You know what, Robin? I saved Batman's ass twice." Um, and he punched me in the jaw to thank me for it. So it was pretty fun to see that happen. But at the end, since many of the Justice League members are out, and they have to stop this thing right now, Batman decides to take Robin to this whole Justice League mission, and we'll see what happens. And I think it's a pretty emotional moment because at the end, Robin's like, "Really? Like, you would do it? So you're really taking me?" So he's like, "Yeah, let's go." So I thought it was pretty awesome ending. Next issue is the last issue of this whole series, so let's see how they wrap this up and they send Damien into his adventures. So what did I think about this issue? I definitely liked it. The art, at first when I read this, like in issue number 1 when it launched, I didn't like the art, but now it's grown on me, and I'm glad that Pat Gleason will still be illustrating Robin in his solo series. So that's gonna be awesome. But I did love this series. I thought it was really well done. Um, I don't know how to explain it. It was great. I love this whole father and son thing. Like Batman, he can't treat him like a kid anymore. He has to be brought up to the big leagues because his power could save many more. He used to just be like a normal civilian with awesome skills, but now he's kind of in a way a god. So on Damian, he does have to be brought up to the big leagues, and I'm pretty glad, to see him work with the Justice League next issue. We'll see how that all works out. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I did like this issue a lot. Um, the only problem I did have with it is, the first part was a little rushed. That whole scare tactics thing, I thought it was just too quick. I would have rather had Batman brought him into the Justice League in like the beginning of the issue and him have more of a conversation with Shazam, which I think that's what stood out for me in the whole issue. So I still loved it, and I gave it a 9.5. Definitely worth picking up, and yeah, it was awesome. So pick up this issue, 9.5. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like this video. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.